welcome back to another Black City Coffee vlog. In this video, I wanted to talk a little bit about the rebranding process and unveil to you guys and show you the brand new official logo and mark. Wow! On print quality. So yeah, right now I'm just gonna go through some of the coffees that I have for orders and go through and put this over this, and that's what we're gonna have to do for now. Because I have so many of these that were hot stamped on, and as you can tell, like, I don't know if you guys have ordered, but sometimes the Panthers didn't like transfer all the way because the design, for one thing, it was amateur. I designed it, and I wasn't really thinking about how it was going to transfer hot stamp printing like this. I just was like, let's go. I need a better logo. I needed it to be larger, and I had already rebranded actually the first logo that I came up with like in a day. I was like, oh crap, it's not even the right resolution, so I had to rebrand and do it that way. So I've always kind of been doing things DIY, and this is the first time ever that I've paid somebody this amount of money and had this type of experience to rebrand. So maybe we should go over why I rebranded in the first place. And it was really because I felt like not only did I have to have a better logo if I wanted to take this to the next level, whatever that means, but also that I needed somebody who understood that I was in coffee, who knew where I was going, and who could help direct a lot of my thoughts in this business and where I wanted to go, and figure out who like my audience was. So I'm so glad that I found Nathan. His name is Nathan. I don't know if he has he's so low key about himself, and I couldn't really find I can get all that information, I'm sure. If you guys want a recommendation, I highly recommend him. But after I heard that Hase's logo story and all that stuff, I was like, dude, that sounds like the dude for me. And it sounds like he can help guide my crazy mind and help really funnel and get the ideas, make them clear, make them marketable, and make them look good, and build them into something like this, which he did exactly that. And not only did he do exactly that, but he also took it to another level beyond, which was helping me really be clear about why I'm here as a brand. From that standpoint, I think my roasting training with Mike Perry really helped me understand why I was here as a roaster. Obviously, makes sense, right? But really clear, well, not super clear, because I'm sure there's always going to be questions for me, but I really needed to figure out my foundation, my message, and really make sure that I wasn't just another coffee brand. I am just another coffee brand, but I think I have something to say, and I think it adds value to the coffee community, and however small that community is, I still think that we are important and we add value, and I think a logo and a mark that could represent that intention, I think, is important as well, of course. Sorry, I have to concentrate. I want to get these really right. I had to get these kind of rush ordered because I like to do that. I'm kind of like a quick start. I'm like, it's done, let's go. So they're looking really good, for me to just kind of match, and you can tell it's something that's underneath, and I'm not ashamed of that, that we come from an older design, and that I'm making this change, and that I don't have money for all the fancy bags that you see, and to me, I'm like, that's so cool to have fancy bags, custom design bags, and I'm sure I'll come back to Nathan for that whenever that comes. But that is really, really expensive, and we're just not producing enough coffee and selling enough coffee for me to be comfortable to do that. So it really matters to me what I'm creating inside the bag. You're going to throw this bag away eventually. So it just needs to be good for us for now. Good for now, and I accept where we are right now. And I think it's really good. And for me, it's really important that I get what's inside right. You know, if I can do that, if I can give 110% on what's inside the bag, then I'm happy. You know, I can go to sleep at night. But if our bags aren't super duper slick and perfect right now, I'm okay with that too, because all in good time. I'm trying to figure out the best way to put these on, because the top part, since I already sealed this bag, you know, I don't want to, it's a little tough. They're looking pretty good, pretty solid. These labels are going to change, just because this is getting kind of expensive too whenever I change my mind, and I change my mind a lot apparently. So I don't want to keep paying for myself to keep changing my mind. So I bought myself a little like printer. Maybe I'll share with you guys that when that's more solidified and official, I guess. But for now, this is what we're gonna roll with, like this, and then I'm gonna have a different label here. You can see that right here. This is Nika's Brew, one of the new blends we're gonna launch. It's a half caffeine, medium roast, a bit winey plum flesh pie crust. So these are all stuff that I tasted in the cup, that I've tasted and developed, and that was so fun. I haven't even made any content on that because I was just like in the zone. Yeah, I'm really excited. Anyway, more about the rebrand and the design. So actually, if you guys are looking at it, and I'll throw it up on the screen there, there's a shield element there in the center. It's probably the first thing that drew your eye as it drew mine. That shield, you know, as I was talking to Nathan and telling him about the community that I've built here on YouTube with you guys, and how grateful I am to it, especially during my my accident. I felt like just even more, I guess, inspired and empowered by the community that we have here on YouTube, and you know, just the community that and growth that we've accumulated over this past year, even, and even from the hot top days. You know, that last bit's a little tricky. I can't like talk and talk, you know, do the last bit at the same time, but I'm getting it. Look at that, it's smooth. If I come back here and smooth this guy out too, I think that'd be better. We'll just do that. Yeah, so we're just doing a little rebrand. It's looking better. Like when I'm far away, it doesn't look so, like if I didn't know that there was a sticker covering my old stuff, I'd be like, not a big deal, I think. But you guys already know the secret, that I'm covering it. You know, we try to save costs, and it's really, like I said, all about the coffee. You know, I'm really just trying to make sure that I'm making the best coffee that I can right now with my level of knowledge. And I hope you guys are enjoying the series that's out right now as I share all the changes that I'm doing at the roaster based on what I'm tasting in the cup, and how you too can run your own tests and make, you know, decisions that are based in real data, you know. And when you have real data and you have real experience, you're much more confident at the roaster. And that, I think, you know, that's time, but you'll be much more equipped as a roaster. Like say, even if your software goes out and you can't, you know, you didn't charge your laptop. I've done that a couple times. I'm like, damn, dude, but I got to roll. I got an order. Sometimes I'd have to do that and get really kind of like intuitive with it, and that happens too. So, you know, you could still be a very skilled roaster without software. I'm almost done. It'll be much easier. Oh, I still have all those. It'll be much easier to do this when I have, obviously, an empty bag. But good to know that we can do it if we need to. Okay. Okay, more on the rebrand. So, another thing that's cool about just like going through this type of designer, and you're not, when you pay what you pay, so I paid like, I don't know if That's probably okay. I didn't want to give out his prices and then, yeah, I won't give out his prices just so he has the opportunity to make sure that he sets his own price, right? So if I give out his price right now, I could say that it's over $1,000. But if I do continue to like do that, some people may take that as, hey, you gave this person this price, whereas his skills may have increased or his time may have been more limited, and I want to make sure that he is able to set his own prices at his own and not get any like pushback from any future clients. Yeah, so out of respect for him and his business, I won't say the price, but I can say it's over $1,000, and I could set that and be like, yeah, dude, bro, he's gonna bring it. Okay. Yeah, so spending over $1,000 is an investment, I think, in design. And not only does he design stuff for you, but you'll get variations, you'll get all the things that you would expect from a logo designer. But what was really important to me, and I knew I was going to get that after our first conversation and with the talk with his rep and his reputation and everything like that. There's a internal focus and drive that becomes a lot more clear, like I was mentioning. Like that's kind of the thing that you pay a premium for. Somebody who can align you, who can focus your messaging down, who can really call you out on your bullshit if you're just like, yeah, I'm here to roast the freshest coffee. You know, like kind of like spouting the same stuff that everybody else says. So it was so good that he was just like, you know, let's try to be more conscious about what we're saying. And he wouldn't say that. He would say it actually in a nicer way. But that's how I would interpret it and be like, okay, yeah, so that sounds cliched. All right, so you're saying what I'm saying is sounding cliched, and I need to come up with something deeper. He's like, yeah, I'd be like, go deep, you know, like really tell me why you're doing this. And one of the big reasons was, this is like just a huge part of my identity, coffee. And I had this very, very, very secret dream. And like I said many times before on this channel, I'm not a big dreamer. I'm a like what's in front of me kind of person, and I'll do what's available to me, you know? So exercising that dreamer muscle where I'm like, this is what I really want, you know? And I don't think I have a lot of practice saying what I really want. And when you do that, you start to live a life that is, it could be full of resentment. It could be just like, maybe kind of like how I was kind of mad all the time because I'm not living my best life. And I always feel that I have to choose somebody else's path or support somebody else's path, where in coffee I can really actually now do what I really want to do. But the problem is sometimes when you are finally given the opportunity to do what you really want to do, you don't have any practice, you know, you don't have confidence or trust in yourself in that way yet. So you doubt yourself a lot, or you don't you haven't developed your own voice, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I kind of was going through. And then going through this whole rebranding with Nathan allowed me to actually find my own voice and be confident about what I want and what I want to put out into the world, right? And then he just made it look, everything that I said, we put it in here, right? And we make this, and then I let him know, like, yeah, this is what I'm really vibing on, and he just makes it look pretty and awesome and stuff. These, let's do that one at a time. Ethiopia Gucci. Yeah, who's getting this? So this will be the primary mark. I'll have secondary marks I've been sharing on Instagram if you're not following me there. It's at Black City Coffee. We'll be changing everything just this week, kind of like hopefully trying to iron out all of the bugs and stuff. The biggest change I obviously will be on the website, what you're going to see on the website. And we're going to launch 5 new blends. And when that comes, I'll make a video about that. But you guys already saw we have one named after my dog. And there'll be a lot more details for you if you're interested and if you're curious to kind of learn more about these blends and see how and why I made them. Really, all of it is like the reason why I share is because, you know, a lot of you are trying to do a lot of the same things, and it's so cool to see that you're trying to launch your own coffee and everything like that, and just enjoying roasting coffee or even drinking coffee and brewing it and learning more about it. I think that really cool concept of just diving into coffee, I think is really going to help all of us in the coffee industry have a better and brighter future for sure, because more and more people understand and know how precious and awesome this thing is. You know, more people to share and know can mean we have more power to affect positive change in the industry, right? I mean, that's what I believe. So, ooh, looking cool. I'm gonna miss these we call it labels, but yeah, I mean, I still have a bunch of them. I'm not really sure what I can do with all of them. I mean, I could still definitely use them, but for all my, you know, new stuff, they're not going to look like that. It's going to be that little bit smaller label, but still pretty cool. I think you can still use them. I'm not really sure. I have to kind of think about it. Oh, I got to get the back label too. Oh, I forgot the back label. Okay, well, I'm going to do that too. You gotta get the back. The hard thing and the fun thing is doing everything yourself. You're even more proud, I guess. Or you're more tired. One of those. That brings me to the next thing about this rebrand is our new mantra. It's like a business mantra and a business philosophy. And if you didn't catch that one vlog that I told you about when I was at Clutch, they're like, bro, if you don't have a philosophy, somebody's going to give you one, right? Or somebody's going to impose one upon you. And I was like, I don't like that. But that's exactly what I was doing. I was just taking on other people's philosophies and not even really truly believing in them yet before actually like just taking it on faith and not real lived in proof, right? So that was an issue. And I needed to develop my own philosophy. Company philosophy is to be curious. Be curious. A lot of times, you know, he was like, we need to figure out your one-liner, your philosophy, your why, right? We can use all these words. And I was like, why? I like coffee. And I had to really, really dig. I had to dig really deep to find out, yeah, why? Why am I here? Why do I like doing this? Why do I like waking up to this every single day? And it's like, you know what? Something that's always helped me in my personal and professional life, because it's always been intertwined for the longest time. For the longest time, I've done business and personal life together because we have another company, right? I'm married to my business partner, basically. It's all we do. We're not going to have children. Our children are our businesses. So we're very much involved in business. But we also like to, you know, play hard too. Anyway, so the one thing that's really been helping me in my marriage, in coffee, to be better, to be better, to be better, is not a mantra to be better, but to be curious. And by being curious, it helps me progress through life, through learning coffee, through taking on new challenges, through taking on new ideas and schools of thought, and even throwing away old schools of thought. By being curious and by being less judgy and harsh with myself and being more forgiving with myself when things aren't perfect, when things didn't turn out the way I had envisioned, or they lead to better and brighter things through being curious. Oh no, this one's not perfect. Oh no, I got it. Cool. These are very nice stickers. They're made by Make Stickers, makestickers.com. Really good company. Good quality, good prices, and yeah, definitely good quality for sure. I mean, they even got that small coffee roasters right there. That's probably like a font 4. They got it. Nailed it. On a matte sticker. Not bad. Regular bags. Cool. Let me do that now. Still not going to go on super smooth. Yeah, so be curious. That's my mantra. That's my mantra in life, in coffee. Coffee is life. In my marriage, definitely be curious. So it's a really helpful mantra that I think also welcomes other people to join me in what I'm doing over here. It's not make the best coffee in the world and exclude everyone. Or make super light roasts only. Like when I first came into coffee, if you've been here for the first, since the first vlog, I was like, I'm only going to do light roasts. And little did I know, I was just so, I was still going through life pretty arrogantly and angrily. Maybe that's why I broke my back and whatnot. But that's okay, because I'm still here. But yeah, it's a philosophy that I really believe in, and I think is more welcoming. It feels good. It feels good to invite others in to join me. It's not lonely. And I always learn something new and exciting in the end, So, not bad. Be curious. That is our mantra, our motto, our philosophy, and our eternal driver in how we make decisions over here. And I say we, but I mean, yeah, we, like, you're also considered in this. I make decisions considering you. Of course, this is it's a relationship. I have to consider you. You can't be too fast with it because of that one-way valve on the back. But for the most part, yeah, it's looking good. I should do a photo and just show like exactly what I'm doing. So you always got to think, when you do everything yourself, you got to think of all the marketing and stuff that could go with it, and then have the energy to actually do it. Now I just have these out all the time because let's be real, there's going to be a lot of stuff to capture. Perfect. Okay. Anyway, so I hope that was interesting. I don't know. One day, if you're in coffee, you're most likely, if you're starting at home, you're gonna have to go through some kind of rebrand, right? Your logo and how you present yourself to the public has to match, right? It should match. It should match the product that you're creating. So as I'm upgrading my product and I think making better coffee, I want my outward presentation to the world to match that, right? And I think this should hold for a very, very long time. My product can only improve. But the brand, like the mark itself, that's going to be for a very long time. But the look of things, like this simple bag is relatively affordable, pretty basic. And so whenever we decide to upgrade these bags to be more fancy and whatnot, yeah, that'll come. But it's not a huge priority for me at this point, because what's really important to me is improving my skills and then of course selling the best coffee that I can. So I hope that was interesting. Hope you got something useful out of it. And we will see you in the next video. Please enjoy the rest of the series that are coming out this week until we have our grand launch on November 8th, where everything should be up and running. Everything should be kind of like up already before that day too, but I just want to make sure everything's kind of like all the bugs are kind of worked out and stuff. Again, it's just me, so I gotta do everything myself. So, please excuse if there are any bugs that we have to deal with. There's always something. Okay, good things. I'm going to get back to work over here, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.